Welcome to FetCast. This is your host, King Hulk. This is episode 13. In this episode is Wolfsbane joining me to discuss the lifestyle for people that are in it 24/7 versus people that are only into it for when they're scening. We got a good episode. I'm confident in it. I'm trying out the new format in which I just do the introduction myself beforehand before jumping into it, and also do my plugs. Let's say CentralDominationMistress.com. Great website. We talk about it every week. I highly recommend it. Last week I read an interesting article about phone sex and orgasm control, so be sure to check that out. I also want to apologize for this episode for the sound not being quite perfect. I am still learning all the equipment that we have, so hopefully, these couple of weeks with the new equipment is just going through some growing pains, getting the sound right. But I still hope that everyone will enjoy this episode. I like it. So yes, don't forget to check out CentralDominationMistress.com. Make sure to follow at PeytonBreaksYou on Twitter, as well as at FetCast. Like us on Facebook. So sit back, relax, and enjoy FetCast episode 13, 24/7. You joined Twitter today, I noticed.
Yeah, I did. Just because I felt like I should be contributing and paying attention to FatCast's post. So I was like, I'm gonna.
Do you like us on Facebook?
No, because I don't have a non-vanilla world Facebook to follow you on. But maybe one day, maybe in time I'll get there. I'm kind of.
We can get up to 13 likes.
Hey, don't feel bad. I actually, when I got on to get Twitter, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to use my email that I use for everything, and realized I already had a Twitter account. And I was like, when the frig did I make a Twitter account? So I had to move things around. I actually made a specific email address for Wolfsbane, just for Wolfsbane, to be done with that.
I knew going into setting up the Facebook page for FetCast that it would get nearly as many fans as Twitter or FetLife.
Right.
Not too many people are willing to click like on something kinky.
I know. Well, that's why there's the differentiation between me in the vanilla world and me in the kink world. And I do have to make sure that that's completely separate. Because I don't. Yeah, I'm a very private person. But if you do decide you want to follow me on Twitter, that's fine. It's at WolfsbaneFet, because somebody already had Wolfsbane.
Again, another episode. I am the host, and I have no notes.
Bad. Okay, so I know this is going to throw you off, because you're used to asking the questions, but did you want to introduce our topic, and then I'll ask my question?
Oh, you have questions for me?
Well, kind of. I mean,
shit, I'm on the spot. This isn't fair. That's why I host, so I'm not on the spot.
No, it's not that it's going to put you on the spot. I promise. Well, a little bit, but not most.
I welcome any and all questions.
Yay.
But yes, our topic, because we were texting earlier this week, and I needed you to record.
He loves me, and I loves him. He's like, hey, come record. Okay.
Because you're one of the few people I can have on here that are mobile.
Yeah, that kind of,
Hey, I saved you a trip. This time you didn't have to pick me up.
Yes, I know. I just showed up, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. It's early. You suck.
I can pay you in Monster.
Woohoo! Yay! Don't just show me your nipples.
Yes, our topic this week is 24/7 DS lifestyle versus a, I guess, part-time DS. Or scene specific, scene only.
Yeah, and my question is that, what do you consider 24/7?
That is an excellent question. I wish I had looked this up.
Oh my god.
No, I would classify 24/7 as just 24/7 as a dominant 24/7 and submissive 24/7. Usually when I see it in the community, it more involves more people that are more, I don't want to say serious because that's not the term, but more dedicated, I guess, where they really are the master-slave relationship, usually.
See, I took a different idea or a different approach. My thing is that I pretty much categorized anything where you're living together as being 24/7. But I get what you're saying, because then that's one of the things I had written down. There's actually all kinds of different types of 24/7. You have your Gorians, you have your Viking, you have your DS, you have your MS, you have your primals, you have your leather, you have your pet and owner. There's a whole bunch of different, subcategories of 24/7, how to do this 24/7.
The Viking and the Gorian, I know not little about, but I know somewhat about it. Like there's the old guard. I'm still learning all those.
Don't feel bad. I actually am learning myself. That is only because my in consideration, sir, and we're going to shorten that to my sir, because I don't want to continue to, but my sir. Actually, his brothers are Gorian, so I've had to learn a little bit of it, and enough so to be like, no, that's definitely not for me. But I commend people who are able to do that. I would not be able to do that on a full-time basis. I don't even think I can do it short term. So, but with the Gorian lifestyle, there is different, you have your red silks, your yellow silks, your white silks, and each silk color corresponds with something different. Who's in charge of who, and this is all underneath their master. So it's very, very complex and very, very much structure orientated. Something if you're going to do 24/7, it's like these are the rules and you follow these rules.
Hey, look at that. You see that?
A fly?
No, all that stuff over my head. Literally, first time I'm hearing about silk.
Believe it or not, the knowledge that I have comes from I read the books or started to read the books. Plus, I've had some interaction with people who do live the lifestyle. There was just recently a collaring ceremony at the West Wing. So I didn't get to see that, unfortunately, but I did get to hear about it. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend, sideways, but I did get to go to the after party. So, but the other thing is, so we were talking about 24/7, and the fact that I kind of figured if you live together, if you're living together, anything is considered 24/7. My personal opinion, not anybody else's.
I live with Bambi. I don't consider it 24/7. It is and isn't.
Yeah, but
we have little ones, so
I don't know. I mean, there's if you go on Fet and you look at the groups that are dedicated to 24/7, there are actually people who consider themselves to be 24/7 who have children and both work outside of the home and etc. They I think it just depends upon your personal preference. If you have set protocols that you have to do on a daily basis, like I have to make the bed on a daily basis, then I think that you were...
Neither one of us makes the bed.
You lazy people. No,
we each have our own half of the bed. It's our little nest.
Hey, this is actually a new thing for Vix and I. We actually did not have any kind of rules or guidelines, and I came to him and was like, I need protocols. I need guidelines. I need something that's more defined than what we currently have because I'm not happy. And I explained that to someone and they laughed at me. They went, wait, you have a 24/7 switch relationship? And I went, yeah, I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it does work for us. There are things in place like that I know. If he says this, that I'm supposed to be the sub at that time. And if I say something, he knows that he's supposed to be the sub at that time. So it just kind of...
Sorry, I'm just kind of picturing you two as like Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck. Or no, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Yeah. Rabbit season.
I see you two doing that. Do you just say the same word back and forth?
No.
You just keep switching?
No, it's not. It's not like that.
You say switch, well, I'm switching. How do you like that?
No, actually, believe it or not, I am the more submissive one in our relationship, believe it or not. Although everyone, in public, everyone only gets... believe it. Yeah. See, nobody believes me because in public, you only get to see Farvix in his, like, docile sub mode because he's so quiet and he's so just there.
Yeah, in public, I'm quiet.
Right, but you don't get to see the, you will clean this or I will make you lick it. What? fuck you, damn it.
Wait, he's done that, dude?
Yes.
I want to see that.
Yes, no, he really has. He has a habit of, you were talking about in a previous FetCast about grabbing Nightingale's hair. He does grab my hair as well. You're being bad, yank, My thing is that I'm not usually, I try not to be bad. I really do try to be very good. My problem is that whole, whether or not I'm going to submit to you or not. And it just kind of depends on the mood I'm in at that moment. We've never had a problem where neither one of us are like, I don't want to be the bottom. One of us usually caves. And I won't say who, but it isn't me.
It's like calling shotgun.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, a little bit. But what we defined as having, as far as our dynamic per se, is I prefer being a pet, and that seems to be easier for him to be an owner, so that it's easier for us to do that and incorporate what we like in the lifestyle that way. So if he calls me his puppy, I know that I'm supposed to be in my puppy stage, and it's an easy switch for me. We're still working on the details of, him and his sub mode, because this is, like I said, brand new for us. So we're still working on it. But I think we do kind of embody it 24/7 because we have to. And it's like, okay, I'm responsible for laundry. You're responsible for dishes. If you don't do your dishes, guess what you get to do? What? You get to write, a paragraph explaining to me why the dishes aren't done. Damn it. Yeah. Because he does not like to write at all. Not ever. Words aren't his thing.
Has he had to write any paragraphs?
No, actually he hasn't, because that threat alone.
I want him to write a paragraph because I just want to see how.
So when you say you guys don't live at 24/7, right? But you do know people who do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is how do you differentiate between the vanilla world and the kink world? Like if you're out with your, we'll say, master, and that's all you ever call your master is master, how do you say, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend?
Well, I've always looked at it before as sometimes being in the community, it's not like being a superhero. So everyone knows when they go out, they kind of have their own little, not cover stories, it's just the vanilla translation of what you are.
Yeah, but you actually have to work on those, though. You have to be prepared for that. You don't want to get into a situation where you're like, I don't know what to introduce you as. I actually had to go through this. Sir's other submissive doesn't go by a real name. And I actually did not know her real name. We went to a vanilla setting, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, crap. If someone I know comes up to me, what do I introduce her as? So I was like, I'm just going to be like, oh, this is my friend, and then let him do whatever he needs to do.
I know somewhere deep in my brain, I know the name. Somewhere deep in there, it's in there.
I'm sure that you do, but that did happen to me. I was like not prepared. I was like, crap. So my like figuring this out was like, okay, I'm going to introduce Sir, and then it's on him to introduce her, and we'll be good. Because I happened to be with both of them at that time. I do know it now, but
yeah, like I've run into several people from the community in the outside world. They'd be with other people that they know. It's just simple, hey, leave it at that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I tend not to, if we're friends outside of the community, I'll say hi to you if I see you. But there are some people that like don't want to be approached in like the outside vanilla world, like I don't want to have to explain how I know you.
Yeah, my year one of being active in the community, we went to some gathering in the vanilla world in our city. I ran into a couple people from our local munch. People that, I hug every time at every munch. And without just instinct, just, handshake to Sir, gave her a hug and didn't realize her family's around. Then she just hugged everyone else I was with. So I went, okay, so to them, she's always a hugger.
Right. And see, that would be me too. Like it wouldn't matter to me. If like, I knew you out in the kink community and you came up to me and you like hugged me in the vanilla world, wouldn't be a big deal because I hug everybody. I hug all my friends.
Yeah, but it was like as I was like in like mid hug, I went, wait, what if did I fuck up?
Yeah, right. And it is kind of a hard process too. And it's like what if, and I've never experienced this because like, our protocols are new, so it's not something that we'd have to worry about. But like, say we're out in the vanilla world and I happen to do something that's totally against protocol, like, I don't know, make out with the checkout boy, which is just gonna say, I don't know, I'm just throwing something out. Like, how do you correct that? Like, okay, that's a really serious one, I'm sure, like,
Where are you going to a grocery shop that still has, like, the checkout boy? They're, like, behind the register and behind the conveyor belt. What are you doing? Leaning over?
No.
Like, I think military bases are the only ones that have bag boys.
That's not true. If you go to, like, the upscale grocery stores where they still have checkout boys and baggers. They do.
I hate those places.
Well, it's not like I go there all the time. It was just, like, something that popped in my head. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's a bad example of what I'm trying to explain. I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, okay, all right, simple protocol. Whenever we are out, you introduce me as, you call me by sir. Okay, so if we're out in public, vanilla world, and I happen to call you by your real name and not sir, how do you correct that? What do you do?
Remember it for later.
Yeah, that actually is sir's, like, favorite thing. I remember everything.
You just gotta write a note. Do a little text to yourself to remember.
Yeah. Come home, get like 8 lashings. What did I do? Here's what you did. Damn.
See, that's the danger I have with brats is they know in public.
Yeah. You're not going to do anything, so they just...
You can't hit me right now. Mm-hmm. Right now. Mm-hmm. Later, we're going to have a talk.
Mm-hmm. See, you're actually really fortunate that I don't belong to you, because I'd make your life a living hell. I'd be like keeping glitter in my pocket at all times, just randomly, party, surprise, and then I'd get my ass beat for it, and I wouldn't care. But no, that's it. I would totally do that. I just like randomly run up to you and just like throw glitter at you, surprise. What the fuck? Because I can. But that's just the little side of me. Anyhow, all right. So the difference between 24/7 and scene doms is that you still require like compassion and respect in a 24/7 thing. And I happened to have to look up respect because I was like, well, what do they mean? I mean, because if you're a slave, you own nothing. You are property, right? And I'm like, how do you respect somebody who's property? And I liked this definition enough that I was like, oh, I have to write this down. And it's not necessarily respect isn't necessarily respecting them for what they are or who they are, but what they can do. And I was like, that is an awesome thing. So I was very happy about that. Totally took off.
Write that one down.
But no, you do as a 24/7, you do still need to show compassion and respect. But same thing with a scene dom, you're not really as concerned with the mental, emotional, aspect. Are you talking
about from the subs point of view or the bottoms?
From the dom. I mean, because you're not. I mean, to a degree, but not as hardcore. Like, okay.
It's like if I'm just sitting with someone, there's still, for me, I still have to have some compassion there. I have to care whether or not I'm hurting them or whether they're enjoying it.
But that's mostly the physical that you're concerned with. You're not really having too much to do with the mental and emotional.
Well, except when it comes to the aftercare.
Right. The aftercare, yes, but that's like a tiny, tiny portion. And some scene doms don't even have to do their aftercare. Do you get what I mean? Like, all right, Fervix and I go to play a party. Normally, I don't bottom to Fervix at parties. That's just not the way we do things. Normally, I'm playing with another dom or top. And we will negotiate beforehand that the aftercare is not that top or dom's responsibility, that it's going to be handed off to Fervix. I'd rather have Fervix bring me down because I'm, that's my partner. I'm used to being with him. He knows my idiosyncrasies.
And the important thing is that you discussed it beforehand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I've seen a lot of people at parties, scenes, do negotiations, but a lot of times they forget about to negotiate the aftercare process. Yeah,
that's a big thing. I mean, there are some bottoms and subs who do not require any aftercare, who don't want it, who are like, I want to wallow in this like mental fuckery that I'm in. I just want to be sad and dirty and grimy, and I don't want you to fix it. I just want to be in this state for a little while, and that's fine if that's what
they want. If that's their process, that's fine. But as long as it's brought up.
Right, exactly. You do absolutely have to negotiate that beforehand. And there's a difference between, brand new spanking, I've never played with him, seeing Dom, and someone that you're used to playing with.
I don't like to just walk up to people and start talking. I prefer people to kind of just come to me.
Come for you or come to you? For. Same, yeah, I'm all about that too. I like when people come to me. Yeah.
No, I don't want to feel like I'm imposing myself on anyone. So I just kind of.
Okay. So my thing is that I don't give a fuck. If you don't want to talk to me, then just be like, "Oh, that's really nice," and walk away. But I'm at least gonna like go up and say hello.
Well, thank you for joining this episode. We're at the end now. No.
No, it's the truth though. Like I feel like if you at least don't venture out and introduce yourself, or at least attempt to make, like, hey, how are you? Make small talk. You're never gonna know if you missed an opportunity or not. Like, what if I like find my girlfriend at a munch, but I was too afraid to introduce myself and say, hi, I'm Wispy. Now.
Okay, I take back what I say. I find talking to women a lot easier than talking to men.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way, actually. Well, reverse. It's easier for me to talk to a guy than it is to talk to a woman, because I'm just like, I don't know about you. It's weird. I don't know. But I've always had male friends, so for me, talking to a guy is just completely normal.
Yeah, and I've always had female friends, so...
Yeah, you go with your strong suits, and like, talking to women, I'm like, they're gonna end up being crazy. I don't know. I feel like... Yeah,
they are, but I still talk to them.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna like boil my bunny. And if you're doing 24/7, right? One of the things that I've heard from other people, and I know I've experienced personally, is the it's a harder dynamic to maintain. And there's this whole, where does the DS begin and end, and where does the boyfriend girlfriend, girlfriend boyfriend part end and begin, the romantic versus the dynamic. And that's definitely something that, you have to constantly work on. Like, are we okay? I need more love. I need less discipline kind of thing.
Yeah, again, like any relationship, communication is vastly needed.
Right, absolutely. And then, of course,
like the other night, Bambi and we had, I kind of like paused the TV. I came back from, it was a couple days after I came back from Nine Gales. We just sat down, just talked for an hour. So I'm covered for like the rest of the year.
Are you kidding me? Fervix and I talk on a daily basis at least an hour. At least an hour a day we talk.
Counting text or?
Not counting text, not counting, phone calls. I'm talking, face-to-face, time spent with each other.
Yeah, well, you guys are still kind of new.
We've been together a year and a half.
Wait till you catch up to like close to 10 years.
My ex Alpha and I, there was a period of time where neither one of us was working, and we were together 24/7. Like, there was, if we left or went places, it was together usually. It didn't happen, and we began to see this trend of we really didn't have anything to talk to each other about because we weren't doing anything separate of each other. If you're constantly with someone, you run out of things to talk to them about. So for Fervix and I, we both have jobs. We both, go other places. Like, I'm sure when he comes home or when I come home, whoever comes home to who, we're going to talk about this recording. We'll talk about, how was that? Did you have fun, etc. How was work? What did you do?
Made King cry.
I did not make King cry. I did not. I don't even think he can cry, honestly, unless you kick him in the balls. And I'm not willing to kick him in the balls because Nightingale would come and beat me with their real dough.
The rage will take over.
I don't know. Well, it would be like, no, I'm smart enough to know if I'm going to kick you in the balls, you kick you in the balls, and then you run away.
You better make sure you got steel toes on.
Well, why? Because they're brass balls. I totally knew that was coming. If you're going
to do it, you got to make it worth it. Get me down for the count.
That's what I'm saying. I got to, like, kick you, make sure you hit the ground, and then I got to run. You learn by doing, and that's the other thing I've noticed. I'm having to learn how to be a good submissive. I thought I was. Apparently, I am not. I roll my eyes too much. I backtalk too much. I am not quiet ever.
Yeah, that's a brat.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. No, because the difference is that a brat just embraces that and just, goes with it. They have no intention of changing it. Me, I'm like, crap. I don't do it on purpose. It's just that I don't know any better. There's a difference.
You know better.
Not really. Like, I really don't know that I'm rolling my eyes at you until you say, don't do that. And I'm like, oh, crap. Sorry. I got into the lifestyle with a partner, with a romantic partner. So things are a little skewed for me. I know a lot of people come in, wanting a dominant or wanting a submissive, as a single individual. So things are different. They make contracts prior to getting involved, where I'm kind of doing this ass backwards, like, oh, I am already romantically involved. Let's make a contract. Wait, what?
No, there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm kind of not a firm believer in it. Not saying to people that do it differently than what we've done is wrong. There's no real correct way you can do it. But from my experiences, it's the people that had the foundation of a relationship already, then get into the lifestyle that's already on top of a strong foundation, so they last a lot longer than the people that are already already in the lifestyle and single, and then
right
get up
and the thing is that you definitely need a connection with, not a scene dom. You don't need a connection with a scene dom. I mean, you can walk in, and it's kind of makes me think of like the World of Warcraft when you like pug, pick up a group. It's PUD, pick up a dom. You can pick up a dom at a dungeon or play at a party. Just do a scene and it be that and be done. But if you
no lingering interest or nothing.
Well, I might think about you naked sometimes, but
wham bam, thank you, sir.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh God, there's somebody that I've been thinking about naked for like 3 weeks, like constantly. It's hard. It is you. No, it is you.
I knew it.
No, there's just somebody that's in the scene, and God, I don't know why, but they just won't get out of my head, and I'm just.
Do they know this?
No, they don't.
They do now.
No, actually, they don't. I did post it up on Fet and kind of like made it as a joke. Like, I'm thinking about all of you naked. I didn't specify who I was talking about, but a particular individual. Anyhow, but no, you can play with somebody and just walk away and it be done. Like no issues. Yeah. But if you're gonna get into a 24/7, or you're gonna get into a long-term thing, committed, thing, then there has to be a connection. You have to be able to say to your dom, you're not only responsible for my physical well-being, you're responsible for my mental and emotional well-being. You need to make sure that I'm okay. Where seeing dom, you're just like, all right, aftercare's done, I'm good, bye. It's nice if they're friends, if they're like, a couple days later, hey, how you feeling? Are you doing okay? That's nice. Not necessarily required, not necessarily something that everyone follows. I think that, it's nice when you do, and it'd be great if, more people did that, but...
Like, even when I've seen with somebody one time, I'm still gonna, maybe be friends with them, but at least do a follow-up of some kind, be like, how you doing? Everything's fine? Okay.
I find it harder.
It's common courtesy.
Yeah.
For me and my...
Yeah, common courtesy, yeah. But I find it harder to get into a subspace or to, drop my shields, as it were, to let someone in unless I have a connection, unless I know this person, I trust this person. So when I go and I scene with somebody, it's like the first time scening, or, I really don't know them that well. It's most likely it's just going to be, okay, a couple minutes, like a half hour tops. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done, because I'm not going to get to that point for you. It's not going to happen. Sir and I played for the first time at the West Wing, and I actually did not think that I was going to be able to, because there was just so much going on. It was the first time we had played, and I was, my head just wasn't in the right space. And then he pulls out some sharp, pointy things, and I apparently made some interesting sounds. So my brain went, I was gone. I was done. It was gone. I was ecstatic. It was a very, very, very good scene. But it was surprising, because I was like, wow, I didn't think that we had that connection, and apparently we did. It was awesome. When you're in 24/7, right? So when you're in 24/7 and you're a Dom master, you have to be very careful that you don't break your sub for continued exposure to the extremes. Like, if I am just playing with a scene Dom, it's one scene, whatever, they can push my limits, take me to the extremes. And that's fine, because then, the scene's done, we're done, I get my aftercare, and it's done, I can just let it go. If you're in a 24/7 and you're, a Dom or a master or a top, you can't continuously push your sub, to the point of breaking, because they're your toy. They're yours. You don't want to break your toys. Exactly. That's the only thing I did want to put in there, that is a big difference between 24/7 and, just a scene Dom. But then it's also kind of harder to find a 24/7 thing.
Like, even in a 24/7, I live with Bambi. We have a 24/7 with a lot of flexibility.
I don't know.
She has things that she does, except I will do them too, from time to time. And it's not breaking protocol or anything, it's just we live together. Sure, she has these things that she has to do, but I have no problem doing it for at times, and I don't feel like I'm giving up I don't feel like I'm giving up any of my domliness by doing it. Yeah, and that's the thing I meant about, that's the difference between your dynamic and your husband and wifeness. Are you going to seriously be upset that Bambi didn't do the dishes that she was told she had to do because, small humans made her take them to such and she had to do such and this, that, and the other. And, things that she had to do because they are her wifely / motherly duties. Yeah, no. There are times when, I won't get on her for not doing something, but I will make a verbal note of something that hasn't been done. Oh, hey, the crock pot's not done yet. I say that with a dirty crock pot behind me, I know.
I actually did not notice that. I'm not even looking at it. Oh, there really is a crock pot. You were blocking it. I couldn't see it, to be honest.
I know. What is there a crock pot doing in this studio? It's a kind of echoey studio next to a highway.
We were making meatballs.
Which I apologize if you hear any noises. Like I said, I love the new equipment, and I thought this was everything that I would need, but now I need soundproofing.
So we have to thank Mr. Tall Tower, is that correct?
Mr. Tall Tower.
For the new equipment, because this is awesome. So I want to thank him too, because I'm enjoying.
Be sure to friend him on Fet.
Yeah, I think I need to do that. I haven't done that yet. I think I need to do that though.
And while you're online, go to centraldominationmistress.com. Also, while you're online, check out FetCast.podbean.com, because off to the side we have a tiny little Amazon store with products we endorse.
I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'll get there. I will get there. I promise.
I really need to start working on adding more items to it.
Have you been letting Nightingale add things? I was gonna say, because honestly,
She doesn't know a lot of the signing information.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, I had heard you guys talk about the new blindfold. I think it was called an Mindfold. There we go. The Mindfold thing. And I got thinking about it. And I'm like laughing, and I'm like, oh my god, this wish list is gonna be nothing full of but like dildos and like random Ben Wall balls. Oh, Ben Wall balls. I wanted to. You guys talked about it, and I was laughing, because it was your thing. What, kink, I guess.
The kink of the week, which we did not do this week.
Sad face. I want a kink of the week. No. So your kink of the week, I was laughing because she's talking about Ben Wall balls, and I don't know if I told you this story, but we recently discovered Ben Wall balls. So I had them in. We were heading to, I think, the West Wing or another party, and we decided to stop at a local fast food restaurant. And I hadn't really, I had them in all day.
Oh, tell me they fell out.
They did. They did. I had them in all day, and I hadn't, really didn't realize where they were. So
were you wearing a dress or a skirt
I was wearing a skirt.
You were wearing a skirt?
I was wearing a skirt. I had underwear on, but that's beside the point. I had a skirt. I walked into this fast food restaurant. It's the first time I've worn them, continuously, and I sneezed. And yeah, I know. I sneezed. And needless to say, I will never, ever go back to that particular fast food restaurant.
What happened?
Oh, they clink. I just
went to the ground.
Yeah, and I just
Did you leave them there?
No, I grabbed them. I just grabbed them and just walked out.
Did you guys end up ordering?
We had done that before they had.
Anyone see?
No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody saw. I don't think anybody noticed. It was just. Yeah, yeah. So I was like, awesome. So of course when she's telling the story, I'm like laughing my ass off. I'm like, of course you're talking about that, and about people just kicking me. I'm like, nope, that's happened. I just kind of scooped them up and went on about my merry way. But I did learn that's the quickest way to get them out is to sneeze.
Good to know.
Yeah, in case you ever need to know how to get them out, sneeze.
Well, this has been another fun episode with you.
Awesome, yeah.
Next week's episode is our first attempt at a roundtable discussion.
Ooh.
We have 4 people.
Which I was not invited to.
I'm still in the middle of trying to edit in time for next week because we went a little long. So I either have to do a lot of cutting or split up into 2 episodes. So look for the roundtable talk next week. The week after that, Bambi's going to be on.
Oh my gosh, the illustrious Bambi?
Yep.
She's not a figment?
So look for Bambi in 2 weeks.
Yay! Do we know what Bambi's going to be talking about?
No. Not yet.
Not yet. I hope it's sexual and luscious like her. Oh, I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry. Oh, so anyhow, so for that being said, it's been fun, and this is Wolfsbane, and as always, love like there's no tomorrow.
Until next time, stay kinky. If I had to write a paragraph on why I didn't do dishes, I couldn't get a paragraph out of me. And I do a lot of writing.
As I say, it's 5 sentences.
But Call of Duty. That's about it.
Yeah. I did not do the dishes today because I am a bad person.
The Star Wars beta is out. Not joking, that shit starts tomorrow.
Really? I can totally see him being like, but I was watching Doctor Who and playing Pokemon.
We're recording this for the Thursday episode. Tomorrow to us. Mm-hmm. That's the day the Star Wars beta comes out. Mm-hmm. So I'm probably going to do a shitty job promoting this episode tomorrow.
Is it all on me? I have to promote my own episode. Kind of? A little bit? Okay, I can do it.
I think you do a lot of promoting when you're on and not tell me.